Hey folks, what is up? My name is Gokul Vinod, and in today's video of the Infotech world, we are going to compare two Intel based laptops, the Lenovo Legion 5 Pi versus the Acer Predator Helios 300. Yes, these two laptops are most requested laptops in the 2020s if you are planning to buy an Intel laptop. For AMD, there are better laptops out there. The HP Omen 15 with the Ryzen 7 and the RTX 2060 model. But if you're looking for the Intel i7, because some of the software favors Intel other than AMD like the Adobe Premiere Pro, so then you are in the right place because both of the laptops comes with the Intel i7 10th generation processor and RTX 2060 graphics card. So now let's dive deep into the specification of both the laptop and let's see which of the laptops bring more specification and value to the table. So guys, without any further ado, my name is Gokul Vinod. You're watching the Infotech World. Let's get started. So before starting this video, there are some points you should know. So the points such as I don't have either of these devices. This is completely a virtual comparison. Every point is taken out from Reddit users and some of the YouTubers who reviewed these laptops. And these are reviews based on real life users taken out from Reddit. So Reddit links will be given in the description so you can check that out. And this video is not sponsored by Lenovo or Acer. I'm being completely honest with you guys, so please, if you like my content, don't forget to like. So let's start off the comparison with the CPU, which is known as the brain of a computer. So both laptop features Intel Core i7 10th generation aka i7 10750H. So both laptop theoretically should have same clock speed of 2.6 GHz and CPU cache of 12 MB. The boost clock speed of i7 is 5 GHz. This 5 GHz boost only can be achieved when the CPU stays below 65 degrees Celsius, and this feature is called as Intel's thermal velocity boost. And as you know, gaming laptop never stay this cool for too long, so expect the boost clock speed to be 4.7 GHz. And this is an hexa-core CPU, so theoretically it should have 6 cores and 12 threads, which it have of course. So gaming and productivity works will be handled by the CPU with an ease, so nothing to worry about performance when you choose these two laptops. And yes, i7 is not as powerful as AMD Ryzen 7 4800H, but it gets the job done, so no issues at all. You can clearly see that Lenovo Legion 5 Pi is slightly ahead of its competitors. This is due to the Legion Coolfront Technology 2.0 used by the Lenovo, which I'll talk more about in the thermal section. Or check the time straps to skip directly to the thermal section. Now moving towards the GPU, the second main crucial part of a laptop or any system, you know that, right? So the GPU used inside this beautiful beast, it's the Nvidia's GeForce RTX 2060 non-Max-Q variant. But again, as you can see in these benchmarks, the Legion 5 Pi comes out ahead of its competitors like the Acer Predator Helios 300. This is due to the higher 110 watt RTX 2060 used inside the Lenovo Legion 5 Pi instead of the 90 watt RTX 2060 used inside of the Predator Helios 300. And due to this, you can get a 7 or 8 FPS extra, but as you know, something is better than nothing, right? So 4 to 5% boost over other RTX 2060 laptops. But to get this best performance out of your machines, you have to put it in performance or turbo mode in Legion or Predator respectively, or else you will not get the performance you expect out of this beast. And don't forget to plug in charger while playing, or you will end up getting 30 FPS out of these machines, which is not a pleasant experience, so keep that in mind while playing games. Now let's talk about RAM. So again, both the laptops have 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM in dual channel configuration. In Lenovo, you are getting a 2933 MHz RAM, while the Predator Helios 300 uses the older 2666 MHz RAM. And I have confirmed it from various sources that the RAM in the Helios 300 is slightly slower than the Legion, but it won't affect the performance too much and there will be no significant change in performance. So again, if you are comfortable with that, trackpad, then you don't need to worry about it, and you can upgrade these two laptops up to 32 gigs of RAM. So it will be more than enough for most of the users, so no issues in the RAM. Now let's talk about storage. So in storage options, I have to say that I am slightly disappointed by the Acer's decision. So Acer have a 256 gigs of NVMe SSD storage which is used as its boot drive, and a secondary storage which is 1 terabyte hard disk drive of 7200 RPM. Good thing that Acer didn't use the older 5400 RPM drive, which is slower, and with time this mechanical hard drive gets slower and slower. So in 2020 hard drive is not recommended by me if you are paying a lot of money on laptop. And in Legion 5 Pi you are getting 1 terabyte of NVMe SSD, which is great. As you are spending a lot of money, you should get at least a 1 TB NVMe SSD, which is present on Lenovo but sadly not in Acer. And as you can see, NVMe speeds on both the laptop are great considering the price, so expect fast boot up and shutdown on both the laptop, no issues there at all. And both laptops have space to add additional NVMe SSD, so you can upgrade to additional 1 terabyte of NVMe M.2 SSD in future if you want to. And both laptop storage is configured in RAID 0 configuration, so much faster than RAID 1. So again, a good thing done by both the companies. Now let's talk about battery and battery life on both the laptops. Starting from the Legion, we get a 80 watt hour battery inside it, and this is the case why we didn't got a 2.5 inch slot inside of it. It's due to the large 80 watt hour battery. It can give you 5 to 6 hours of normal or casual usage and 2 to 3 hours of gaming on battery, which on paper looks great considering this is a gaming laptop. So again, kudos for Lenovo to include the 80 watt hour large battery. Whereas in Helios 300 you are getting a smaller 59 watt hour battery, and due to the smaller battery, Helios 300 had space for 2.5 inch hard drive. The 59 watt hour battery in Helios can give you roughly 3 to 2 hours of normal or casual usage and 1.5 to 2 hours of gaming on battery. But keep in mind that while playing games on battery, you will get only 30 FPS in both the laptop in order to extend the battery life, and it is not so pleasant experience. So gaming is recommended while plugging in the adapter provided in the box. Talking about the adapter provided in the box, both the laptop comes with a 230 watt travel adapter, and Lenovo supports rapid charge, which can charge your laptop from 0 to 50 in just half an hour, whereas Helios takes more time to charge from 0 to 50 despite of having smaller battery than Legion. So now moving towards the display on both of the laptop. So this is the area where it's extremely difficult to compare these two displays on paper because both display have extremely similar configuration. So both laptops have 15.6 inch Full HD plus 1920 x 1080p IPS display with a 144Hz refresh rate. None of them have FreeSync or G-Sync support. Both panels have a 72% NTSC coverage, so good for gaming and content creativity works. But Acer have only 98% of sRGB, whereas Legion 5 Pi comes with 100% sRGB panel. It won't have any major difference, but the thing is Legion display is certified by Dolby Vision, which is kind of HDR10 plus certification. So everything will be more vibrant and punchy looking in Legion 5 Pi as compared to the Helios 300. And about backlight bleed, it will vary from panel to panel, so I can't say anything about that. Yes, but one thing for sure, that if you love vibrant and punchy colors, go for the Legion 5 Pi over the Helios 300. And both the laptop claims that they have less than 3 millisecond response time, but both come below 5 milliseconds, so a perfect 144Hz screen for competitive gaming. So now choice is yours. If you want 100% sRGB and vibrant panel, go with the Lenovo Legion 5 Pi, or else you won't have major issue choosing the Acer Predator Helios 300. I would say that both are extremely same, so don't worry about display panel, go with any of them which you like. So now let's talk about keyboard and trackpad on both the laptop. So when we generally talk about keyboard and trackpad, on gaming laptops, traditionally the Helios 300 would take the crown, but this year it doesn't seem that Acer legacy has continued. Both have fully customizable 4-zone RGB keyboard, but Lenovo's introduction to the Legion True Strike keyboard, which Lenovo claims is an 100% anti-ghosting keyboard. See, personally I didn't test out these devices, but I have confirmed from various YouTubers and Reddit that the keyboard on Legion is slightly superior than the Helios 300. But no doubt these two laptops have best keyboard in laptop industry, I mean specifically gaming laptop industry, but Lenovo has an edge here this time. And talking about trackpad, both the laptop uses plastic trackpad and we can't expect glass like premium feel, but it gets the job done. Both the laptop have large edge-to-edge trackpad with no dedicated left or right mouse button. The buttons are embedded onto trackpad, so it depends on you whether you like it or not. You have to go with them. Both laptops have one-click button to open their respective performance panel. Lenovo has Vantage software and Acer has Predator Sense software. Personally, I think Predator Sense is more user-friendly and intuitive software than Lenovo's Vantage software. And talking about power button, Lenovo has separate power button above its keyboard. It also acts as a LED indicator to let you know which mode are you in. In Helios 300, power button is in the keyboard and accidental press won't shut down the laptop. In order to shut down your laptop, you have to press and hold the Helios 300 power button so that the Predator Sense software will show you some options, and in that options a shutdown button and reset button is present. So you can choose between shutdown and reset. Both of them don't have any Windows Hello support or fingerprint scanner in them. Now let's move towards the speaker and webcam section. So when we talk about speaker and webcam in gaming laptop, these two are major things which were always a weakness in gaming laptop and it still is. So let's begin with the speaker, and let me tell you, both the laptop have two speakers of 2 watt and they sound like average gaming laptop with little bass in them. The Lenovo speaker is powered by Harman Kardon and it's tuned by Dolby Atmos, whereas the Helios 300 speaker is tuned by DTS:X audio. Now talking about the webcam, Acer Predator Helios 300 have a 720p webcam placed above its display, whereas the Legion 5PI does not have a 720p webcam. So it can be a deal breaker for many of them not having a 720p webcam on top of the Lenovo Legion 5PI. Now let's talk about build quality. When we talk about build quality, it's a win-win situation for the Predator Helios 300 because it's made up of anodized aluminum metal plus plastic. It has a metallic lid at top and a metallic keyboard deck. Other than that, everything is plastic, which makes this laptop feels premium and sturdy at the same time. When we compare it with the Legion 5PI, as it has a plastic construction, but it's good plastic, so it feels stiff and sturdy enough. But it can't compete with the metal plus plastic construction in Helios 300. So now let's talk about the thermal. So as you can see, I saved the best part for the last, which is thermal system on both the laptops. So when it comes to thermal performance, both the laptops never get too uncomfortable or too hot to touch. Both the laptop stays below 90 degrees Celsius for most of the part for CPU, and it goes around 75 degrees for the GPU at worst cases. So no bottleneck or thermal throttle issue found here. But the thing is, as I mentioned you in the CPU section of this video, that the Legion performs slightly better than the Helios 300 or any of its competitors. This is due to the Legion CoolFront 2.0 technology. What does this thing do is, it actually gives more wattage to the CPU and GPU, allowing them to gain more wattage and delivering more performance than stock CPU. So at this point you might wonder that the Lenovo CPU will get above 95 degrees Celsius if CPU gets more wattage. But let me tell you that its thermal system is so capable that it can maintain temperatures below 90 degrees Celsius at most of the time, and at worst cases both Predator and Legion touches 95 degrees Celsius, but no thermal throttle issues are found. It is only found in the variants above RTX 2060. So if you are buying a variant with an RTX 2060 graphics card, then you are good to go. And talking about heat pipes, both laptops have two dedicated heatsinks for CPU and two dedicated heatsinks for GPU. And there are plenty of air intake vents and air exhaust vents, so airflow is optimum in both the laptops. and all the VRMs are covered in heatsinks, unlike the Asus TUF A15 which does not have heatsinks above the VRMs. So now let's talk about the pricing of both of the laptops. Starting off with the Lenovo Legion 5Pi. In India, the price of this laptop is around 1,27,000 rupees currently, but the pricing always fluctuates. So the pricing goes as low as 1,20,000 and it goes as high as 1,34,000. So keep an eye on pricing, and especially on sales, the laptop can get very cheap. So if you want to get the best deal out of this laptop, then it's only the Amazon's festive day sales, and now Christmas sales are also coming, so keep an eye. On the other side, the Acer Predator Helios 300 sells at around 1,20,000 currently in India, but the pricing fluctuates from 1 lakh to 1,34,000. Now talking about the conclusion. So in my opinion, you should go with the Lenovo Legion 5Pi as it got some extra features and some extra performance and a little bit extra gaming performance than the Acer Predator Helios 300. But if you are getting a solid deal on the Acer Predator Helios 300 for 1 lakh rupees, as I mentioned earlier in the pricing, so go for the Acer Predator Helios 300 because it is a wonderful laptop for 1 lakh rupees. But if not, and you are getting a laptop at regular price, I will recommend you to go with the Lenovo Legion 5Pi, as you can get free Lenovo Legion M300 mouse bundled with the Legion 5Pi. But if webcam is a deal breaker for you, then go for the Acer Predator Helios 300 as it has a webcam. So that's it for this video guys. Hope you enjoyed the video and hope I could make your buying decision between these two laptops if you are confused. And don't forget to comment down if you want a video on any other topics regarding any other technological matter. So I will be making a video on that. So don't forget to comment, like, share and
please subscribe. Whatever. Okay, thank you.